And welcome in everyone to the Varsity Live post-game show. Starting a little earlier tonight, but all of the games have wrapped up. And here are your final scores of the playoff games tonight. Saguaro ended up winning 59-13 over the Queen Creek Bulldogs. Finished 5-5 on the season, but they're now 1-0 in the postseason. Brophy Prep dominated Mesa, and they ended up winning 35-7 over the Jackrabbits. And East Mark ended up winning by a big one, 48-14 over Buckeye Union. And Horizon wins, putting up 77 points, winning 77-21 over Canyon View. And Arcadia pulls off a close win, 23-20. Definitely the game of the night. Very close one, all the way down to the wire, and they end up staying undefeated. And Corona del Sol in our final game falls to South Point, losing 41 to nothing. And South Point ends up moving on. After the break here, we will be going to some of our analysts as they will be giving recaps of tonight's games.
What's inside you? Is it strength? Is it speed? Is it knowledge of the game? Unlocking the greatness inside you means digging deeper, running faster, and going further than you can on your own. Banner Sports Medicine High Performance Center trains the athlete in all of us with technology, techniques, and hands-on experience customized to you. See what you're capable of by unlocking the greatness inside of you.
And welcome back, everyone. I'm here with Tanner, and Tanner was out at the Corona del Sol and South Point game tonight. And as I sort of mentioned in the pregame, South Point has been great on defense all year, and they ended up having 12 interceptions all season and intercepted Corona del Sol quite a few times in this game. Tanner, what was South Point able to do in this game to really take advantage of Corona del Sol?
They read senior quarterback for the Aztecs, Connor Ackley, like a book. I mean, they got three interceptions in the first quarter that helped them jump to a 21 to nothing lead. And then to begin the second quarter, it was pretty quickly another pick six by Kevin Whittley that made it 28-0. And after that, it was an onslaught from this great defensive. I mean, the offense for the Aztecs just couldn't get anything going. And that's just because of the D1 talent on this South Point's team that shut down the offense. You know, head coach Jack Barrow tried to throw in Crew Barrymore, or sorry, Crew Shermore, and he was able to come in, try to make some plays, but just wasn't able to do anything because the South Point defense was just on lock both in the secondary and pressuring the quarterback.
Yeah, the South Point defense is no joke, and they move on in the postseason. Unfortunately for Corona del Sol, they end up 3-8 on the whole season. And I'm going to read here some final stats for Connor Ackerley over the season. He had a great year: 2,381 passing yards. He passed to his main receiver, Raiden Vines Bright, who ended up having 936 receiving yards on the season. What are your takeaways for Corona del Sol after this game?
I mean, they had a tough schedule. I mean, all their losses come to great teams. All eight losses come from seven playoff teams. Two of them to South Point. This is a talented roster, just a hard schedule that they were given. I just weren't able to do it. You know, they had great talent in Connor Ackerley and a lot of offensive weapons who will go on to the next level D1. And with Jake Barrow, and I talked to him post game. Head coach Jake Barrow talked about how this game doesn't define who this program is. The second year as a coach, he sees that success, making the playoff again 2 straight years, and he thinks the future is bright with the program and his leadership and the helm. And he's hoping to not be discouraged by this loss and head into next year with even a better output than they did this year.
And Sal Point, they're heading into another game here in the postseason. What are you looking forward to see from them as they move on?
Yeah, I mean they started a freshman quarterback, Matthew Avalar, who was absolutely sensational. You kind of worry with a freshman under center how he is able to perform, and he was just lights out. Very smart with the ball. I did throw an interception, but at that point the game was kind of over. He was great, just reading the defense well, finding the open man. He favored Morgan Quinn, who was able to get it out of the open. He's very smart with the ball, had great accuracy, and also ran for 2 touchdowns. So able to move with his legs. They're going to play Williamsfield next week. It's going to be a lot tougher um, than Coronel Del Sol just because of their the defense and offensively. So it'll be a great challenge for Avalar to see how he is able to respond to that. But I'm expecting big things from him and the rest of the roster because this defense is for real. This Coronel Del Sol offense is no joke. They have a lot of great offensive weapons, like I've said, and holding them to a goose egg, 0 points, is very impressive as they use that momentum heading into next week.
Yeah, their defense is no joke and looked great on offense too tonight. Thank you, Tanner, for all your work, and we're looking forward to see what South Point will do in the rest of the postseason. Have a safe drive home, Tanner.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Eric Perry, and I'm the proud owner of Eco Roofing Solutions. I've been in this industry for over 25 years, and I'm the current president of the Arizona Roofing Contractors Association. Our mission is to provide the absolute best customer experience, and we operate all over the entire state of Arizona. We will come out and provide a courtesy, no obligation roof inspection to you, as well as an estimate within 24 hours. Our team is dedicated to providing the best quality product and workmanship, and we're here to serve you. You can call us at 480-695-7736 or check us out online at ecoroofaz.com. To learn more about us, you can find me on Instagram at YourBeardedRoofer or at Eco Roofing Solutions AZ. We are proud supporters of our community's youth and the next generation, and we would love for you to come and join the hashtag Eco family today.
Call Eric and his team at Eco Roofing Solutions, 480-695-7736, and they'll give you a fast, free, no-nonsense estimate. Tell them Vince sent you. The Angry Crab Shack in Tempe, with an experience so good it remains indescribable, with something for every seafood lover. Try one of their amazing custom seafood boils, sandwiches, appetizers, and salads. Angry Crab Shack Tempe is located east of I-10 on Warner Road, 480-674-3847. The Angry Crab Shack in Tempe. Come ready to eat. And with the idea of spotlighting young people in our community. In time, that podcast evolved into radio, television, and live stream, and through that evolution, new ideas have enhanced delivery, giving a stage to students both in front of and behind the microphone in Arizona and beyond. Thank you for supporting the Varsity Sports Show, now the Varsity Media Foundation, a 501c3 educational organization.
What's inside you? Is it strength? Is it speed? Is it knowledge of the game? Unlocking the greatness inside you means digging deeper, running faster, and going further than you can on your own. Banner Sports Medicine High Performance Center trains the athlete in all of us with technology, techniques, and hands-on experience customized to you. See what you're capable of by unlocking the greatness inside of you.
And welcome back. So another game that we had tonight was the Brophy Prep game. They ended up winning 35-7 over the Mesa Jackrabbits. Just a great showing from their team all around. And Charlie McGinnis had 2 rushing touchdowns on the season, or in the game, sorry, and 10 rushing touchdowns on the season going into this game. Right now, I have for you an interview with their coach.
Hey guys, it's Kobe from Varsity Sports here with Brophy's head coach Jason Jewell after a big win. Coach, the first thing I wanted to ask you today is how do you think about Ryder Noche's performance in today's game and how it impacted the overall squad?
Ryder mate came in and had a little burst, right? And had a couple of big plays with a little freshman. So yeah, he did a nice job. So when we called him up, we threw in a couple plays for him, and he stepped up and did a nice job.
Yeah, it was awesome to see him get involved. My next question for you is, what's one thing that you didn't like today? I know it's a big win. What's one thing that you didn't like that you want to work on coming into this next week's matchup?
Penalties, too many of them, and bad ones, and 15-yarders. Those are going to cost you.
Awesome. And then my last question for you, Coach, is what is one thing that you want to focus on, or one positive thing, that you saw in this game, one positive maybe player that you want to shout out for this game?
Oh, man, I can't even think of a player right now. All I know is what I was happy about in this game was last week we turned the ball over 3 times. I don't think we had a turnover today. So that was a big emphasis for us this week.
Well, a great win for you guys, and good luck to you guys next week.
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach.
And there you have it. Brophy moves on, and they will play Castile in their next playoff game. We will have to see how they will do in that matchup. No game is easy, and that will be another tough matchup for them. And now Horizon ended up winning 77-21. It was an interesting game. Hopefully we'll talk to our analysts about that game. But, Canyon went up 14-0 to start the game, and in the second quarter, Horizon just blew the game open. And from that point on, never looked back. And they ended up scoring more than 70 points in that game. Just an insane number, really. And so now I have their player of the game for Horizon.
I'm here now with Presley Jones, defensive back for the Horizon Huskies. Congratulations on the win. You had a couple of interceptions today. One, there was a flat route thrown by Canyon View's quarterback. You were kind of in a zone, I think, on the hard flat. What did you see on that play? Take me through it.
I was trying to disguise on my deep third, so I was kind of tricking them. And then I came down hard onto the flat, and I kind of just took it all the way. Yeah.
That's awesome. You had a huge day, like I said. What can this kind of provide for you going to next week playoff game, just building off of this momentum?
I mean, I think it just makes me more confident because next week we play probably ALA, which is a good team, good receiver. Brandon Phelps is pretty good. And I've already played him once, and he's pretty good. So it gives me confidence going into that.
That's great. Thank you so much for taking the time. Congratulations on the win again.
Thank you.
I'm here with head coach Andy Litton of the Horizon Huskies following their dominating playoff win over Canyon View. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
It was a rough start, starting off 14-0. Canyon View had the lead. What was your message to the team following the tough start?
We just want to weather this storm, and we talk about momentum and how that's just a mindset. And, we took momentum back with that early touchdown, and we started to turn them over, and then, I think that it just kind of snowballed from there. So I'm really proud of our kids and how they battled through adversity at the beginning of the game and played the way that we could.
You kind of touched on it, but 6 first-half turnovers forced by the defense. It was a complete momentum change. What can you say about having so many different players getting involved and making big plays on defense?
I think it starts honestly with our defensive line because they can get pressure. We can get pressure with 3, and then we can bring heat from anywhere, and we can drop multiple guys out. So it gets really confusing for quarterbacks, and so I think we were able to confuse things a little bit and make things tough for them. And in the end, we were able to turn them over quite a bit. And then our offense, short fields, we can do good things in that.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Congratulations on the win, and good luck next week.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you. This is the guy you want to talk to.
And there you have it. Horizon moves on a convincing win. Like I said, just a crazy game, looking like Horizon could actually get blown out in the opening of the game, but they ended up coming back and they ended up winning the game convincingly. The running game is just so solid. Zamorano and Segura, just a great running game and great performance by the Horizon team. 6 turnovers forced by Horizon, 2 on defense. So, defense played well in that game. And another game that we had tonight was the Buckeye Union Hawks playing Eastmark Firebirds. They were on the road playing Eastmark for this playoff game. The Firebirds ended up winning that game 48-14. Coleman Samples just had an incredible game, 3 touchdowns and 15. He had 15 total touchdowns on the season coming into that game. And the Firebirds were just shut out in the third quarter and really second half. And the Union Hawks couldn't get anything going really. And so now I have for you the Buckeye coach. Unfortunately, they are not moving on and they lost this game, but had a great season overall. So here is their coach after the game.
Parker Garash here, post game with Coach Ellis from Buckeye High School. Coach, tough loss to end your guys' season. What could you have done better as a team to make it a bit of a closer game?
Well, yeah, it's not about that. Like I told the team, 12 months ago, if you asked me where we were going to be, I did not expect us to be the top 9 team here in Arizona. Being ranked 9 out of 57 teams in 4A is a hell of a job from our program. We lost a lot of great seniors last year. We had some studs last year. So for us to do what we did this year, I'm proud of our seniors this year and what we accomplished.
7-3 is what you guys were at heading into tonight's game. You put up a fight in the first half. How proud are you of your guys and how they handled this season?
I'm proud. Eastmark's a tough squad. I mean, they won 3A last year, so we knew they were going to be tough. I'm proud of our guys, the way they held themselves throughout the season and getting ready for these big games. It's tough. We don't got the numbers at Buckeye, but I'm proud of how all our players played. So.
Appreciate your time, Coach. Thank you.
All right, appreciate it.
Thank you again.
Thanks, man.
We'll see you next season.
Yeah.
Parker Garash.
And welcome back, everyone. That was the Buckeye coach. Unfortunately, they ended up losing that game. And now I have for you the Eastmark coach. Played really well all around in that game. Ended up winning big, 48-14. And here is actually their player of the game.
Hey everyone, Sebastian Dog here. I'm joined with Coleman Samples. 150 plus all-purpose yards, 3 touchdowns in today's game against Buckeye. How do you feel about that?
It's awesome. I'm just very blessed that we've gone this far. And, all I can think is my O-line, for coming back from a state championship and losing at 20 plus seniors. I'm just very blessed to have a low line like we've had. And, they're young guys, but, we've gone far from them.
And, just keep it simple. What's next? Next week, big game?
Yeah, big game. UMA Catholic, they're a good team, but, I think we can get an upset.
Awesome, bro. Well, congratulations and good luck, bro.
Yeah,
back to you.
And welcome in, everyone. I'm joined by our very own Bobby Murphy, and Bobby was at the Arcadia game tonight. What a game that was. That was very close. Came down to the wire there, and Arcadia remains undefeated. One of their biggest tests, if not their biggest test of the season there. And they went down 14-3 in that game early. I believe that was the biggest deficit they have faced this season. And Bobby, what did you see from Arcadia and how they responded from that and turning the game around?
Yeah, Kyle, I mean, like you said, down 14-3 just right before the half, about 30 seconds before the half, before they ended up scoring to make it 14-10 at the half. I mean, just an all-around amazing game and really defensive effort overall. Earlier this season, we saw Arcadia beat Coconino 42-19, but tonight, total defense. The run game for Coconino was just absolutely amazing, just running the ball down Arcadia's throat. And then Brady Forrest, Arcadia's star senior running back, had 3 touchdowns again in this game. I believe that might be 3 straight games with 3 touchdowns. Correct me. I could be wrong on that. My apologies. But 3 touchdowns for Forrest tonight and had 2 in the second half. And down 20-16 with getting the ball back with 3 minutes left. Beautiful drive. Forrest just running the ball a lot. And then Braylon Rooney, their star junior quarterback, just dropped a beautiful pass down the field to Forrest to put them in position to win that game. And then Forrest with his 3rd touchdown of the game with 1:16 left to put them up by 3. Still time for Coconino to score. Couldn't really move the ball down the field. Was having troubles. 4th and 10. They get a pitch just to the running back, broken play. He ends up getting the first down. And then John Coulter, star linebacker for Arcadia, ends up getting the interception to ice the game just around, I think, 30 seconds left. But overall, just easily the most exciting game for Arcadia this year. Easily the most exciting game I've been to this year. And all around, just a really fun game, really exciting game, and just to the wire the entire time. Very close game.
It really was. I mean, that was the game of the night for us. That was just unexpected. Arcadia was undefeated, and going down like that is just unexpected from them. But they end up pulling out the win. And I actually have here they had 8 interceptions all season coming into this one, and then none more clutch than that last interception for them. Moving to the other side of the ball, Coconino, we talked about it pregame. Running back Bridger French, who rushed for 1,396 yards this season and 20 touchdowns. What did you see from him, and how was he able to run all over this Arcadia defense?
Yeah, French. I mean, he averaged entering this game tonight over 150 yards per game on the ground, and pretty much every single carry, which could have been a 2-3 yard carry, he just pulls guys with him. He's so hard to take down, and he ended up just running the ball pretty much all game. Possible drive to ice the game when Coconino was up 20-16. They were driving to win the game, got down to the Arcadia side of the field, and ended up not getting ended up not getting a touchdown to pretty much ice the game, and then Arcadia ended up getting it back and then getting the game-winning drive. But for French, I mean, he was just so hard to take down. 2-yard runs, turning them into 5-yard runs, 4-yard runs, turning them into 10, 15-yard runs. Just the yards after contact from was amazing. But yeah, I mean, for the running game, what really won the game for Arcadia was Brady Forrest. I mean, they have had such a balanced offense all year, but Forrest was getting so many carries tonight, more than he might have had all year. I didn't total up the numbers, but play after play was just handed off to Forrest, and that's how they were able to just keep these drives going.
And Arcadia moves on now. What are you expecting to see from the Titans as they move on, getting this close win?
Yeah, I didn't see who they're playing next week. It might be Thunderbird if they won tonight. I'm not completely sure on that. But, I mean, I don't want to say better offense because this was the second time all year that they didn't score 30 points. And this offense has been so good all year. The defense looks great. Allowed 20 points, but overall they got the stops when they needed to. The offense, I think, will be the biggest part to see if they can really get that going again. I mean, the way Coconino's defense came into this game to stop Arcadia's offense was great. The great coaching for them all around, great game plan. If Arcadia can get their offense going again next week against Thunderbird, could be another close game. Not very familiar with Thunderbird and their team, but if Arcadia can get their offense going again, then it should be very much in Arcadia's favor because their defense is pretty much always shut down. Even after they were kind of getting run on tonight a lot, they got the stops when they needed to.
All right, we're looking forward to what Arcadia will do in the postseason. Thank you, Bobby, for all your hard work, and have a great night.
Thank you, Kyle. You too.
What's inside you? Is it strength? Is it speed? Is it knowledge of the game? Unlocking the greatness inside you means digging deeper, running faster, and going further than you can on your own. Banner Sports Medicine High Performance Center trains the athlete in all of us with technology, techniques, and hands-on experience customized to you. See what you're capable of by unlocking the greatness inside of you.
It's where my wife and I have gone for over 10 years, and we trust them with our routine and extensive dental care because they care. Dr. Amber Angel is an Arizona native, born in the town of Miami, and has been practicing in the Valley over 20 years. For general to comprehensive dental services, call 602-788-2008. Located off of Cave Creek Road just north of the 101 in North Phoenix. Angel Dentistry, proud supporters of our young people and proud partners of the Varsity Sports Show.
And we are back. Arcadia pulling out that close win. They just had some wins this season where they completely blew out their opponent, shut them down, and they looked so strong all year. And this was a huge test for them, and they end up coming out with the win. Really looked like it go either way. Coming into that last fourth quarter, but they end up very impressively. Go down, have that game-winning drive, as Bobby was saying, and come out with the win. And here I have Arcadia's player of the game with Bobby Murphy.
This is Bobby Murphy here with the Varsity Sports Show, live from Arcadia High School after Arcadia's 23-20 comeback win over Coconino. I'm here with Brady Forrest, player of the game. Brady, you had 3 touchdowns once again, comeback fashion. How do you feel right now?
I feel amazing. I'm just so happy that I don't have to take these pads off yet, and we got another week. I'm beyond happy.
And 3 touchdowns for you. That last one to win the game. How about that pass Rooney threw you? Just around a minute 30, 2 minutes left in the game. Drop that right in a bucket for you. Take me through that play.
Man, that was a great pass, first of all, but they had one high safety and then a linebacker on me, and a linebacker doesn't have the speed to cover me, and he was really close. So I just blew right past him, dropped a great ball. I caught it in contact, first down.
And once again, another hat trick for you. You guys advance, stay undefeated 11-0. First playoff win since 2011. What does this mean for you and the team right now?
It feels amazing. This means the world. Like, this is history we're making. So, man, we got on to next week, and we got 2 more after that.
Awesome. And from just in general, offense, defense, what did you guys like? What do you want to work on? And what are you going to do to celebrate tonight? I know there's still a lot of work to do, but what are you guys going to do?
I'm going to go celebrate with my teammates after this, but I guess we just have to be better. We got to start faster. If we score first, we never falter after that. So that's all we got to do.
Awesome, Brady. Congrats.
Thank you.
This has been Bobby Murphy.
And
of the
that
Varsity
was
Sports Show.
Brady Force, just a great game, a hat trick, 3 touchdowns on the game. Just, couldn't ask for a better performance from him. And like Bobby was saying, he was the bell cow running back for Arcadia tonight, and he really stepped up to the challenge. And I believe Brady Force, he's ran for 21 touchdowns on the year. Braylon Rooney made a great pass down the stretch. He threw for 19 passing touchdowns on the year as well. Arcadia just came up huge when it mattered, and they move on. So once again, I will go over the scores here. We had Saguaro winning 59-13 over Queen Creek. They were 5-5 coming in, and now they move on 1-0 in the postseason, winning convincingly, not even close. And then Brophy Prep, number 1 seed in 6A, and they have the win over Mesa Jackrabbits, 35-7. Also, like Saguaro, a great dominating win from them. And Eastmark comes out with a win, 48-14 over a really good Buckeye team. Almost surprised to see such a lopsided score, but they just brought it tonight. And Coleman Samples was great, like I mentioned, 3 touchdowns on the night, 15 total TDs on the season. And they end up moving on, beating the Union Hawks, ending their season 48-14. And Horizon putting up a 77 bomb, 77-21 over Canyon View. They just look dominant. Ever since going down 14-0, they came back, tied the game, and blew it open in the second quarter and just kept scoring. Defense was incredible, 6 turnovers, and of course the running game got it done. And then Arcadia, as we mentioned, pulled out a 3-point win, 23-20 over Coconino. Coconino, positives to take from that game. They played very well all aspects of the game. So they can definitely move on from that looking at next year and take some positives and, really take that into the next season. And our final game, we had Corona del Sol, unfortunately falling to Sal Point 41-0. Sal Point is looking extremely strong. I mean, their defense, as I said before, is just putting up great numbers. And I have here some stats here. 38.5 sacks on the season for Sal Point. Elijah Rushing, 10 sacks on the season, played great tonight. 12 interceptions. So on the season for them. And yeah, they just played great from the defensive standpoint, but also offense. So if they can get both sides of the ball going, who knows how far Sal Point will go in the playoffs. So after the break here, I will wrap up the show unless we hear from some other analysts. Once again, apologize for some technical issues. They're trying to join in to the show, but covering these games all over the state, it can be hard to have good service and to join the show. So we will see if any more guests join the show. But for now, I will come back and wrap up the show.
What's inside you? Is it strength? Is it speed? Is it knowledge of the game? Unlocking the greatness inside you means digging deeper, running faster, and going further than you can on your own. Banner Sports Medicine High Performance Center trains the athlete in all of us with technology, techniques, and hands-on experience customized to you. See what you're capable of by unlocking the greatness inside of you.
Arizona native, born in the town of Miami, and has been practicing in the Valley over 20 years. For general to comprehensive dental services, call 602-788-2008. Located off of Cave Creek Road just north of the 101 in North Phoenix. Angel Dentistry, proud supporters of our young people and proud partners of the Varsity Sports Show. When you think of family restaurants and sports bars, think Bonfire. Bonfire is part of the Tempe landscape, supporting local schools. Join the Bonfire Booster Club Challenge. Mention Corona del Sol, Desert Vista, Marcos de Niza, Mountain Point, or Valley Christian, and that school's sports program will earn loyalty points. The winner after football season will earn a fundraiser at Bonfire. Come for the food and fun, support the community. Bonfire, open every day east of I-10 on Warner. Show your game ticket all day Friday and Saturday and get 15% off. 480-306-6801.
And that is going to do it for us at Varsity Live. A great night of high school football playoffs. Arcadia game in particular was very close, and the other teams that won really dominated and showed just how great they are. So we will be looking to see who they will be playing next, and we will be covering more high school football games next week. So you definitely do not want to miss those games. Make sure to check in with the Varsity Sports Show Twitter at Varsity Show. Give them a follow, and they will update you on when the games will be. So you make sure to follow them on Twitter and socials. And once again, I'm Kyle Cooper, the host of Varsity Sports Show. The host of Varsity Live Show. And you want to tune in on Saturday because we'll be talking to some coaches. Hopefully, I will be there as well, and we will be talking to some coaches from the games this week. That will be on the radio show KDUS AM 1060 Saturday morning from 8 to 10 a.m. So you don't want to miss that. Hearing from the coaches as they will either move on to the next year or continue playing in the postseason. Once again, this is Kyle Cooper, the host of Varsity Live, and thank you all for tuning in and bearing with me in our technical connections this week. Hope you all have a great night, and I will see you next week.